Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. So in my today's video I'm going to be talking about my tonsillectomy experience and how it all went. Why did I get a tonsillectomy? How was the recovery? What should you eat after tonsillectomy? And how painful was it? Ever since I was a little kid, I always used to have very high temperatures. I used to not be able to talk, and also I had a very small hole that my foot can go through. So I'm going to be putting a picture here so you can see my throat behind and how painful was it to actually swallow things before I removed my tonsils. So I think it was necessary that I remove my tonsils. So before you get a tonsillectomy, you need to do an allergy test. That allergy test is usually required because during the surgery, the doctors use variety of other medications which you can be allergic to, so they need to know before the tonsillectomy and do not have any other side effects. Other requirements are to have a complete blood count and blood type testing, which you can do in 3 to 4 days. The results will be out. And also you need an electrocardiogram for how your heart works. So after I did an allergy test, a cardiogram, complete blood count, and blood type testing, they told me that they will call me as soon as they can, and they'll tell me the date when my surgery will be done. And after that I went home and I waited. So I waited 1 month, and then another month went by, and then another one, and 1 year went by, and I didn't got a call. So when in a year went by, I totally forgot about my tonsillectomy. But then all of a sudden my dad got a call from the hospital, and they told him that my surgery will be done on December 5th, 2023. Remember, my first testings were in 2022 October, so none of that was valid anymore. So all the allergy tests I did were invalid. The blood testing, the complete blood count, all of that was invalid, and they redid that again. So I waited for another 2 to 3 weeks. So after that, they placed me in a hospital ward on December 4th at around 4 o'clock, I think, maybe it was. And I got my pajamas, and I ate the last meal with my tonsils in my throat. Morning, the 5th of December, they told me that I shouldn't eat or drink anything, and that's when I got really excited but also nervous. Around 11 a.m. A nurse came near my bed, and they transported me in another bed, and I went in the surgery room, and they put me under general anesthesia. And the last thing I remember is that they put an oxygen mask on me. So after putting that oxygen mask, I just fall asleep. I don't remember anything at all. The next thing I knew is that they were shouting at me to breathe in with my nose. So, but I didn't understand them because I was under anesthesia still, but I could hear them. So that was when the surgery was done. And also I tried to open my eyes then, and I just couldn't see anything. My vision was so blurry, and I saw everything doubled. I saw everything twice. So they put me in another bed, and then transported me to my old room. And then I immediately called my sister. So I told her everything, how the surgery went. But The funniest thing, I couldn't see anything, so I was just with one eye open. I tried to dial her number and I called her, and it was a really strange feeling in my throat. I couldn't speak, but I couldn't speak and swallow even. They told me to not talk for at least 2 hours, but I just couldn't. I needed to tell somebody about this. So that day I was only allowed to drink water, and I couldn't even swallow it properly, so I couldn't bother drinking water. The first day after my surgery, I could drink a little bit of water, and they gave me milk with biscuits. But I regret drinking that milk, because after that milk everything felt really bland and really slimy. Day 2 after my surgery, I was really nauseous. I was feeling like I was going to throw up any moment, and also at the end of the day, I got a little bit of pudding, and that saved my life. And also, I should mention that the nights were unbearably horrible. I was waking up around 2 a.m. and I couldn't fall asleep till about 4 a.m. Day 3, I was finally discharged from the hospital, and I finally came home. I was really happy, but also I felt the same. I had still pain in my throat, and I couldn't talk properly, so most of the time I stayed quiet. I'm just joking, I can't stay quiet. So I talk, but it hurt. It was hurting so much. Also, everything I drank just was coming out of my nose. I don't know how, but the first 3 days, everything I drank came out of my nose. Also, on day 3, I tried to eat rice, blended rice, in my blender, but it was bland and it didn't have any taste. So on day 4, the pain started to feel a little bit more bearable, and I also caught up on the school material I have been behind on. Also, I tried to eat apple baked apple blended, but I couldn't really finish it because, to be honest, it didn't taste like anything. Just the whole time I've been living off of pudding, so I think that pudding's really saved my life. So on day 5, I didn't really have any space behind my throat, and because of the scabs, and even pudding didn't help on this day. So on day 6, I felt a little bit better, and I started to eat soft-boiled eggs. So for the first time in a while, I felt like I was eating real food. Also, I went on a walk and started to feel like talking was easier. On day 7, I cooked some pasta, but even though I couldn't eat it, I just felt proud that I could just swallow a bite after some time of not eating anything. The main problem of eating was that I was in a lot of pain whenever I moved my tongue. I walked that day way too much, and I also carried this Christmas tree behind me I think maybe 5 kilometers. On day 8, the pain started disappearing. On day 9, I had a checkup appointment with my doctor, and he said that I will be able to go back to school the next week. On this day, I also started eating bread. And on day 12, I started to feel like myself again. I went back to my old daily routines, and I had my first real meal, including meat. So guys, that's all of my tonsillectomy experience. If you have any comments, if you have any questions about my experience, feel free to comment down below. And I'm really curious if any of you guys watching this video is going to have a tonsillectomy soon, or had a tonsillectomy already. Comment down below, and I'm seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.